Prime.
Pat the chimp and put out the cat. Yes, it's BP Ultimate Sports Sunday. And coming up on today's show, we have all the excitement from BP Ultimate Big Boys Toys. Yes, it's a 1 hour extravaganza featuring tons of gadgets, gizmos, and more motorsport than you can poke a steering rod at. Oh, and if that's not enough, at 3:30, we have a complete replay of last night's rugby match between France and the All Blacks. So sit back, strap in, and turn your TV up, because we got one hell of a show. BP Ultimate Big Boys Toys, and I'll tell you what, this is a Big Boys Toys. Here's a little look at some of the stuff we're going to show you today on the show. Well, I'll tell you what, Adam, I saw it on Top Gear a few weeks ago on Prime, and I never thought I'd be able to actually do this and touch a Pagani's Zonda. I can't believe it. Now, tell us a little bit about about the Zonda for a start. Where did the company Pagani come from?
Well, Pagani, there's a gentleman called Mr. Horatio Pagani. He's an absolute fanatic. He started designing this car when he was about 10 years old.
Wow.
In fact, I've been to his factory in Italy, and he's got a little model that he made when he was 10.
Yeah.
And he's laboured his whole life basically to build this car. The factory is somewhere near Modena, just between Modena and Bologna. Employs 30 people, and they basically build this car by hand.
Every element by hand?
Pretty much every element by hand. Mercedes-Benz AMG division supplies the engine. It's a 7.3 litre V12 engine. But pretty much the rest of the car is built in-house in the factory.
I've got to ask you a little bit about the performance. Like, the supercar, that must have a super performance.
The performance is staggering. 0 to 100, 3.6 seconds.
Whoa.
A more impressive figure, 200 back to 0, so stopping time. 200 to 0 is 4.4 seconds.
Wow. That is unbelievable. Now, in New Zealand, I don't know if there's any here yet, but in Australia, how many have you sold in Sydney?
Well, we sold, actually I haven't sold any in Sydney, but we sold 3 in Australia.
Sorry.
So there's 4 cars in Australia, including this one. We haven't sold any in New Zealand yet. This is our first appearance here in New Zealand, and we're very keen to meet some people that are interested in buying them.
Okay, now when you brought it over, is it just all around in cotton wool, or how do you ship a car actually, what's it worth in New Zealand dollars then?
They start at about 900,000 and run up to about 1.2.
Which, if you think about it, if you worked out all the hours of labour to make a car like this by hand, it's quite relative, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Look, everyone that buys one goes over to the factory and actually has a look at their car being built. You're part of the build process. The car's built around you to a certain extent, completely customised. Whatever colour you want, whatever trim you want, different horsepower depending on how much you want, different brake systems. You can even, as you can see, the whole car is made of carbon fibre, and you can even have the bodywork finished in raw carbon fibre, so that the bodywork's unpainted. And when I show you the inside a little bit later, you'll see the incredible attention to detail. The workmanship is just superb.
So, Adam, you mentioned that you can go from 200 kilometres an hour down to 0 in 4.4 seconds. Basically, you can stop. So the brake system must be amazing.
Yeah, an awesome set of Brembo brakes. Front and rear Brembo 6-pot calipers, and you've got the option of putting on a full carbon brake system as well.
How much would a set of tyres cost for a Pagani?
Look, it's not that bad. You're talking a couple of grand.
Well, you might be like me and you think, okay, you know, $800,000, $900,000 supercar, how easy is it to chuck a bag in there and go away? And Adam, you've got that covered as well, apparently.
Yeah, Dennis, this car's made for a weekend away. It's got a set of fitted luggage, his and hers, one on each side.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
And a couple of other little tricks that I'll show you as well.
So tell me, is this carbon fibre as well?
Yeah, Dennis, the entire car's carbon fibre.
Okay,
so as you can see, that's carbon fibre.
Yeah.
The chassis is carbon fibre. All the bodywork is carbon fibre.
It's unbelievable.
The interior, as you can see, is all carbon fibre. That's how it gets its incredible weight. The car only weighs 1,250 kilos.
Unbelievable. And of course, if I'm thinking carbon fibre, a bit like the monocoque in the Formula One cars, that's the integrity of it is super strong, isn't it?
Oh, listen, absolutely. And I wouldn't say it's a bit like a monocoque in a Formula One car. It's exactly the same. Just a little bit more comfortable. In fact, this is the only car that has ever passed a US frontal impact test without cracking the front windscreen.
Oh, wow. Again, with the interior, how open to my interpretation or my customisation is it?
Dennis, it's as open as saying, look, I like the cut of my shirt, or I like a particular shade of pink, or there's a Hermes bag that I like, and that's how it can be trimmed. And when the seats are trimmed like that way, you can do the dashboard the same. You can choose to paint some elements or leave them in raw carbon. Again, the fitted luggage gets done exactly the same way. So it's a complete package.
Unbelievable. So also with this carbon fibre, are you allowed to pick a colour for that as well?
Absolutely. I've seen cars with this covered in red pleated leather. Again, you can do anything that you want to do. It's your car. You're paying for it, and it's unique.
But is there anything you've seen that thought, okay, that's new?
Yeah, look, I've seen some fantastic things. There was on the last Pagani trip that I did to Italy with the Pagani Club. There were 15 cars there, and there were cars with an ostrich skin interior. Now, I've got to tell you, it's not me. There was another car with a Burberry interior.
Yeah,
and again, I must say, it's not me. I'm a black leather kind of guy.
Yeah.
But there was another car where the gentleman had painted the car in a silvery white colour to exactly match the colour of his hair. And the interior was blue, which prompted me to ask him if that matched his blood.
All right. You've got to ask this when you're dealing with this Honda, don't you? Adam, show us under the hood. Go on, mate.
Well, the hood's at the back. Here we go.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So, Mercedes-Benz would be what? Something like a V12?
Yeah, 7.3 litre AMG motor supplied by AMG for Pagani. V12. In standard spec, 555 horsepower. This particular car about 600 horsepower, and can also be spec'd up to about 650 horsepower. 780 newton meters of torque. So she gets along okay.
I actually can't. I've got no reply for that. I'm actually speechless. It's just unbelievable. Still to come on BP Ultimate Sports Sunday, we continue with our coverage from BP Ultimate Big Boys Toys. But next up, it's all the action from the latest round of the Nextel Cup, some rampaging DTM German touring cars from Hockenheim, and at 3:30, we have a full replay of last night's rugby match between France and the All Blacks. Welcome back to BP Ultimate Sports Sunday. Actually, you could do that, couldn't you, Todd?
I could do. Yeah. Welcome back to BP Ultimate Sports Sunday.
Very good. Okay, this is Todd Maddock. Of course, he is the brand manager for BP Ultimate and the man that is responsible ultimately for this whole event.
Ultimately, yes, indeed.
So tell me, how long's BP been involved with
this? This is the second year we've sponsored Big Boys Toys, BP Ultimate Big Boys Toys, of course, and it's a great association for us, Dennis. It really is about the best of the best. You know, we've got Pagani's Honda here, we've got our BP Ultimate show in there, so it's the best technology, the best fuel, the best cars, and some of the best girls too, I guess you'd have to say.
What, not that we're looking?
No.
Okay, not at all.
No.
Now, quite honestly though, Todd, it just seems to get bigger and bigger every year. How do you get everyone to fit within the brand? Like, how do you get Pagani's Honda out here when there's just a limited amount of cars? How do you get the big boats here? How do you get, like I noticed you're doing the big BP Ultimate fuel comparison to regular.
Be on the show
yes,
well, yeah.
we'll make sure that's on there. With the comparison there, like some of the equipment to bring all that out, it's thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's amazing the amount of money that is here, and it's really, I guess, a tribute to the show, that the fact that people really love to come and see this sort of thing and really get into it. And you can see the people coming. Today there were queues out the front at 10 o'clock, when the doors open, so they're really into it, and people know it's a regional event. People come here from Australia, the Pagani's here from Sydney, so yeah, it's just a fantastic thing to come to, and great for the New Zealand public.
Now you're quite widely involved in the community, aren't you? You've got BP Ultimate Big Boys Toys, you've got us on Sports Sunday,
yes.
You've also got Johnny McIntyre, who I've seen racing around as well, so so BP very, very heavily involved, aren't they?
Oh yeah, and I mean that's really good for Ultimate as well. John's been great, won his first race in the NZBS, which was just great news, really good for him and for the team, a start-up team, so that was really encouraging. And we've also got WRC next week.
I was about to ask you, so what's happening with the course? So you got Mika Hirvonen and Marcus Gronholm coming out.
Yep.
I know Sebastian Loeb's won the championship, but hopefully a good performance from those two.
Yeah, Marcus has got some really good results in New Zealand, and Mika, he's done very well in the last rally, so we're looking forward to some really good results from them down in Hamilton at Mystery Creek.
So for you, do you pretty much have to pack down everything here and then pick up and go and support, the BP Ford Focus team?
Yeah, we'll be down there on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, it'll be out of here on Monday probably. All
right, we might see you at the WRC. Thanks very much.
Awesome.
I'll let you get back in there.
Man.
All right, and while we're sort of taking a bit of a ticket tour around BP Big Boys Toys, you might as well check out the Dickies 500.
Pace car to pit road, yellow flag back in its stand, waiting for the green flag to wave here at Texas. Race number 8 in the chase for the championship.
Wow, check out Kurt Busch in that 2 car.
Kurt comes from 3rd to lead the first lap.
Oh, Gilliland sandwiched in there. Robbie Gordon, thankfully, backs off and gives him the spot, or that could have been ugly.
Could have been very ugly very soon.
Kyle Busch in that 5 car was paying attention so he didn't run over Robbie. Tony Stewart in the 20, last week's winner. There's Robbie in the 7. Elliott Sadler, who started outside the front row in the 19 car.
That 19 car is working his way back towards the back.
Yeah, well, I think right now, especially with the track conditions, the bottom is the place to be. That's where I think everybody needs to get right now.
Lost a car here yesterday in practice, involved in a crash with Tony Raines.
So when they threw the green flag for today's event, that was his first lap on the racetrack with this car. Right front tire.
Jeff Burton, the man who just a couple of weeks ago was leading the championship standings.
Yeah, you could hear what happened before he hit the wall on that one. I believe a right front tire blew on that car.
Now I heard it go explode.
BP, you were talking to these guys in the garage. There was some concern about right fronts here?
A lot of concern with right front tires. Friday night in the truck series, had a couple of guys, Rick Crawford and Dennis Setzer, blew right front tires going down to turn 1. But these guys were working very hard to keep that right front as cool as possible, running hoses to the right front, running blowers to try to blow some cool air on them.
Because they're running so much camber.
Well, they're not running a lot of camber, they're running positive camber, but the car is so soft, when it goes down, it sucks that right front tire in so much. And you got to really be, it's a fine line between having it sucked in too far.
Right. Dave?
And Bill, Jeff had just radioed into his crew, how many laps till we need to stop? And when they discussed the number 20, Jeff said, we'll never make it. You gotta believe he was referring to the right front tire.
This is heartbreaking for Jeff Burton. Fought all year, worked his way into the chase, won at Dover, took over the championship lead. Now, inside of 3 races to go, headed for the garage after this hit.
And then, you know what, if you're gonna blow a tire on a racetrack this fast, this is the best place to blow a tire. I mean, he just glazed off the wall. If he would have blown that tire going into turn 1 or turn 3, he would have hit a ton.
They wouldn't have worried about fixing that car, they'd just thrown it away.
Allen.
4-tire stop, track bar, air pressure adjustments for Jimmy Johnson, bottom left frame, looking for a little help with the rear grip on this car. He's in the first pit stall on pit road and already gone, Matt.
Tony Stewart said the car was a little free when it started, but it took about 15 laps to come in. He said, let's put him on board. That's exactly what he did. A great stop by the Home Depot guys. 14.1, Marty.
Casey Gaines in the middle of your screen, Matt, a little bit slower stop, 15.1 for him. Up half around on the track bar. He said the car was just a little bit too tight, but he couldn't stand to be any tighter in the front end. So up a half around on the track bar, Bill.
Thank you, gentlemen. You heard the roar. Tony Stewart won the race off of pit road, but Junior picks up a couple of spots and gets to second. Jeff Burton maybe seeing his championship hopes go up in flames here at Texas. Inside of 10 to go, it's a single file restart. No lap cars in the way. 4 to go as they take the green. Stewart leads at Texas.
Wow, and Harvick left the door open on the right side, so Jimmy Johnson's going to get one of those spots in a hurry.
Johnson in the 48 around Harvick in the 29, chasing race leader Tony Stewart.
That's not what Stewart wanted to see. Trust me, he's looking in the mirror for that 48 car. He wants to know where he's at.
Riggs runs second, but here comes Johnson on those 4 fresh tires.
Yeah, if he gets by Riggs here this lap without too much trouble, Tony's going to be a sitting duck.
But he's having a little trouble.
Yep.
He might get positioned down the back straightaway.
Bobble a little bit there with Riggs.
And that holds up Johnson. Couldn't find the avenue to get by. Kevin Harvick's going to go low. Riggs can't block them both. Johnson gets the position.
Oh, he's getting them loose. He's getting them loose. And
Riggs is run hard into the wall. Caution is out.
Oh, Kenseth goes around.
Kenseth, another championship chaser. Jeff Gordon is through the grass. Scott Riggs running second. Now a hard hit sits in the middle of the tri-oval here at Texas.
But the race isn't over. Under NASCAR rules, we will have a green, white checker. They have 2 more laps.
And that's not good news for Tony Stewart, but it's good news for Jimmy Johnson.
There's Riggs.
And it looked like on that deal, Harvick got right up on the 10 car and just took that air off that spoiler.
Go back and take a look at what happened. Under caution here at Texas.
The 10 bobbled just a little bit. The 29 was coming. I don't think the 29 ever hit him, but he got close enough to him where he took the air off the spoiler, and that's all it took. Oh, Truex just gets tapped, but hangs on to it.
And Junior just misses it. There you see Kenseth at the round, gets tapped again. Gordon through the grass. Number of cars using pit road as an avenue to avoid the trouble on the front stretch. There's Harvick right behind Riggs.
That was an extremely hard blow. There's a rear spring bouncing across the racetrack.
It'll take a while to clean this up.
Kenseth is just probably going, not again.
Boy.
He's have to start in the back.
Back to mud pie right now.
Yeah.
Kenseth has worked his way up to the 9th position.
Yeah. Oh, he's been there and back, and there and back. I mean, it's just been a long day for those guys.
Listen. You can see the safer barrier there. The softer wall, as they call it in NASCAR. An energy-absorbing barrier. Still a hard hit for Riggs. Boy, Carl Edwards went around. On board, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
As soon as you see the smoke, you know. Trouble. Oh, there wasn't even smoke on that one.
Ooh. Wow.
You're clear, buddy.
Tell you what, coming back on the racetrack, he bottomed out big time.
Denny Hamlin's on board.
Whoa, good job, Denny.
Did he get a piece of it or not?
I don't think he did.
Jimmy Johnson took 4 tires under his most recent pit stop. Tony Stewart took 2. Green flag's in the air. 2 laps to decide it at Texas. Johnson hangs with Stewart on the start, looks at the high side, then ducks in behind him. Flash bulbs everywhere. Stewart low, Johnson high. Harvick in 3rd. And Kyle Busch and Clint Boyer Earnhardt Jr. 6th. Tony Stewart has been strong all day, has led 277 of the 338 laps. White flag, last lap.
Pretty even that lap. I think he's going to be able to get him.
Doesn't look that way.
Down the backstretch for the final time. Tony Stewart won last week at Atlanta with a dominating run, strong pit stops, a good crew. Outside the chase for the Nextel Cup Championship, cannot defend his title, but he can be strong down the stretch. Tony Stewart wins at Texas. What a run for Tony Stewart.
Jason Shapiro, the car chief on that 20. And Jerry Cook.
The field was set for the Nextel Cup chase for the championship after the race in Richmond, Virginia in September. When Tony Stewart was locked out following that race, he said, "We have one goal, to win them all." He has won 3 of the first 8, 2 to go. Phoenix and Homestead.
So Tony Stewart takes a checkered flag at the Dickies 500 ahead of Jimmy Johnson. And how well has he done lately? Of course, a first 3 weeks ago, followed by a couple of seconds in the last 2 weeks. Kevin Harvick was 3rd, with Kyle Busch in 4th and Clint Boyer rounding out the 5. And with Jimmy Johnson's recent run of form, he is leading the NASCAR standings on 6,157 points, 17 clear of Matt Kenseth in his Ford, with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and rookie sensation Denny Hamlin in 4th. Now you might be wondering, what's Dennis doing with Tank Boy in a tank? And I actually thought, well, this is quite interesting. I would love to know a little bit about this Tank Boy, if that's all right.
Absolutely.
Where's it from?
This is a Russian tank.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually procured it from Slovakia. It was made in Russia in the early 1980s.
Okay, so what do you do with your tank, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay. Well, we play with it.
Yeah.
Yep. We have a military experience where people can come and ride in the tank, ride in the battle truck, military gaming, run around, shoot your friends, and we're having a full-on military assault course.
I like that, run around, shoot your friends. Now, I've got to ask you, why don't you put a bit of padding? What's going on with the seats?
Hey, we're not soft around here, boy.
Now, I've got to ask you, what sort of petrol does this run on?
This runs on diesel. It's got
Diesel?
a 300 horsepower V6 Russian engine, and it's got a very, very high power to weight ratio, so it rolls along pretty fast.
That sounds awesome. So, what can you get up to top speed, just out of curiosity?
This machine will do 60 k's on the flat.
No way.
Yeah, it'd be pretty scary at 60 k's. I haven't taken it anywhere near up to that speed, but we're primarily driving it on the bush and the rough terrain. So.
All right. Thanks very much, Tank Boy.
All right.
Cheers, mate. To New Zealanders, Chris might not be the most recognisable man in the world, but Chris, your achievements are, if I'm not mistaken, the 2006 Stunt Wars champion and the European stunt rider. Is that correct?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Now tell me, when did you start getting into motorbikes and decide, okay, instead of just riding them from A to B, I'm going to see if I can flip it or stand up on it or all these sorts of things?
Yeah, I started riding in an age of 5, and actually after a few months I already tried to do some tricks, and I could do wheelies with 7 on my bicycle and maybe with 8 or 10 on my motorbike, and it was always more interesting for me to do tricks than go racing or competing in competitions. And since then that is my passion. And first I did all the tricks on dirt bikes, and now since let's say six years, I concentrate on street bikes.
Now we saw you at the start, of course, the kick-off BP Ultimate Big Boys Toys. We saw you doing some tricks out there. How long did it take you, to perfect some of them? Like I noticed you're doing the big spinny, I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah.
But you were sort of standing upright, spinning the bike around 360. How hard's that?
I try to practice every day, and it's all about practice in these sports. And riding.
Is there, like with your stunts and stuff, do you try and perfect some new ones or anything like that? Or?
Oh yeah, always. I'm always working on new shit, and it's all about progression and creating new tricks. That's the fun. Yeah. Is
there one you can tell us about that you're working on? We might get to see, or?
Yeah, I'm working on a 360 on the front wheel, so doing a stop beam coming in, and I can do a 270 already. But I dream of doing a whole 360 and going out in a wheelie again. That would be my favorite trick for the future.
Well, Chris, you also mentioned that you're involved with the DTM sometimes. So what do they get you to do there?
I was riding a few shows already at DTM, and there's a planned another one for this year or next year also. It's a great race series in Germany. It attracts a lot of spectators, and it's always big fun riding shows there in the breaks.
Because of course you are German, so are you quite famous over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you walk
for sure more than in New Zealand so far.
So you walk down the street like you're signing autographs now, sign those?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, you weren't involved in Hockenheim by any chance at all?
Yeah.
Just recently, the Hockenheim race, DTM in Hockenheim?
No, I was not there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you saw the racing or didn't see the racing, but if you want to sit tight, this is the DTM Hockenheim, the last race of the season.
Yeah. This is the DTM Hockenheim, the last race of the season. Check it out.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic, I think, and Heinz-Harald Frentzen starting off the front row of the grid, and he has a big support behind him. Bruno Spengler looking for runner-up slot in the series, and then row 2, Jamie Green and Martin Tomczyk.
The third row of the grid, Tom Christensen lining up alongside Mika Häkkinen, and behind them, this year's champion, Bert Schneider, with Daniel LaRosa doing a great job in a year-old Mercedes 8th quickest.
Yeah, behind them we've got Stefan Mucker, always does a good job in an older car, and Christian Abt in the Playboy machine, and Matthias Ekstrom, what a disappointing season, and Timo Scheider.
Pierre Caffer is next, with Frank Stippler lining up with him, and then Jean Alesi, only 15th on the grid for his last DTM race, with Alex Margaritas a fair way back, 16th.
Matthias Lauda lines up with Ted Bjork. Ted, the Swedish touring car champion there, Susie Stoddard and Vanina Hicks, the two girls at the back of the field. And it is go, and quite an interesting start here, but we'll have to watch this first corner. We've seen some massive shunts into this first corner in the past, but Frensen's certainly getting off very quickly. Some people going wide, but it looks as if it's a relatively clean one. Bit of nudging going on down for third place into that right-hander. We ride with Bernd Schneider. Schneider's ticking it down the inside. He's certainly trying to make out some places.
And Matthias Ekstrom, I think, got hung out to dry on the outside there. Pierre Caffer was one of the drivers that ran wide at turn 1 and is therefore down in 15th place there, looking the green Castrol Audi. But it's Heinz-Harald Frentzen in the lead then. He's had a first DTM pole position. Can he now back it up with the first winners there? Look, diving up on the inside is Bruno Spengler trying to go ahead of Tom Christensen. They almost touch, but Spengler goes through. That's crucial in the battle to be runner-up in the championship. Spengler ahead of Christensen now.
And let's not forget that Jamie Green made a great start. He's lying in second place. It's Audi in the lead though, Mercedes-Benz second. So Jamie Green looking good for Mercedes-Benz. The standard strategy here, remember we've got 2 pit stops they have to make, is to split this race up into equal thirds. So they'll probably stop the main runners round about lap 11. And look at this, David.
Frank Stipper, I think he's one of the drivers that's gone off. And it looks like a punctured tyre. Now, whether that was the cause or the result, but there was another car involved in all of that as well. Now, let's have a look. There's another spin. Look, one of the Mercedes has spun in the background, and there is contact. Alex Margaritas, I think, involved with Stippler, but there was already a Mercedes that had spun that triggered all of that. Here's another look at it. There you can see near the back of the field, round goes the Mercedes of Stefan Mucker. Was that or Matthias Lauda? Maybe it was Lauda, I think.
Yeah, it was Lauda.
Wrong. Yeah, Lauda spins, and that rather preempted, I'm afraid, a further collision, but it looks as though Stippler is out of the race already. Frentzen leading, Jamie Green is second, and Martin Tomczyk, who really has come good in the second half of the year and has eclipsed his teammate Matthias Ekstrom after that rather fortuitous win at Brands Hatch. Ekstrom having a pretty miserable season by his standards. Ekstrom down in only 14th place at the moment, look.
Yeah, and the man in front of him, Ted Bjork, only his second DTM race. He's doing a good job, but here is this Audi of Stippler limping off the racetrack, so a disappointing end to the season for him.
Spengler going up the inside, look for third, and he's done it. He's gone through, he's got ahead of Tomczyk, and then he runs wide. The Red Bull Audi darts back on the inside, so Frentzen is leading. Green second, yet to win in DTM, remember. And then third is Martin Tomczyk, the man who won at Barcelona, but now in fourth place is Bruno Spengler, looking very menacing indeed. He's briefly been third, now he wants to go back ahead. In fifth place is Tom Christensen, and sixth is Bernd Schneider. And Schneider may have been a little lackluster in qualifying, but he's really fighting back now. He's right on the back of the Great Dane. As the leaders head up towards this hairpin down to first gear. Remember, Jamie Green goes up the inside, then to the outside. Surely he can't go round on the outside. No, he runs out of road. Look, scrabbles around the corner. He missed his braking point slightly and he runs wide over the curb, and Tomczyk's alongside him, but there's nowhere for Green to go. He has to force his way back onto the circuit, and now Spengler's up the inside as well. Jamie Green is dropping backwards. He's gone from second to fourth now. As now for second and third, look, Spengler on the inside of Tomczyk, he goes through. Bruno Spengler goes through, up into second place. Remember, he's already had 3 wins in DTM this year. He wants to end today runner-up in the championship, and for my money, he has been the driver of the season.
And look at Green. Green going through down the inside. Green's back up to third place. Tom Christensen's right there as well.
And it's Tomczyk that's really struggling now. The Audi looking very nervous as he tries to hang on to some place there. But ultimately, I think that Bernd Schneider's going to go past him. And Jamie Green now's got Christensen right with him. Look at this. Here they come, overlapping on the inside for the hairpin. Is Jamie Green, and Tom Christensen tries to cut across, but he wasn't far enough ahead there. They're still side by side, Andrew.
Yeah, fantastic racing. Jamie Green doing a great job. And look at Bruno Schneider, the master of Hockenheim. And I think he just touched, so just saw the car in front just twitch a bit as he got a little bit of a tag. And Schneider is the man on the charge now. Christensen right behind him.
And Tomczyk dropping like a stone, isn't he? Because he was second at the start of the lap, and now he's down to sixth.
Indeed, Green's dropped back as well, because Schneider is the man that's really pushing hard.
This one of the best battles we've seen in DTM all year. I know we've had good fighting between a couple of cars, but you've got 6 of them running in a long queue, and the quality of racing on this lap has been absolutely supreme. But Frentzen is the leader, Spengler second, then a bit of a gap. Third is Schneider, fourth is Christensen, fifth is Green, and sixth is Martin Tomczyk, who's got some explaining to do on this lap to the Audi management, because he has dropped all of those places. Now, just doing some quick arithmetic here. Ignore Matthias Ekstrom from the equation for the moment, because he's going to fall down the order when he makes his second pit stop. Let's assume Spengler wins, Green will be second and Christensen third. That would put Spengler second in the championship by 7 points over Tom Christensen.
Well, it seems there's been consequences from that La Rosa and Margarita's clash, as La Rosa in the orange car comes in, and obviously he's not happy. Just see the body language of the car twitching a bit as he comes in. Let's see this incident. Bang. Well, it was only a relatively mild tap, but it's possibly done something to the front steering of the orange car.
I think that was a second tap. I don't think we'd seen that one, and this is a third incident between them. La Rosa runs wide. In fact, no, that's what caused it. La Rosa ran wide, and there they glance into each other. That is the second of the incidents. So they have certainly no love lost between the pair, and with bodywork fouling against the tyre, La Rosa comes into the pits, and Margaritas will have to do the same, because here is his mobile smoke screen, and he runs out of road there. I just wonder whether the tyre may have gone bang as it's been grinding against the bodywork. Let's just see. Now, it looks like it's still inflated, but Margaritas there really having to fight the car back to the pits.
Well, both these drivers come up through the ranks of this Frentzen spins. Well, it looked so good early on, but it's all turned now to the negative. And Heinz-Harald Frentzen spins and still hasn't got going again. Slowly, well, he's got to find his way back onto the circuit. No traffic now, so he can accelerate away. So, well, he got tapped into that, I think, David. Very much so.
Yeah, he was tapped sideways, and then Ekstrom hit him again. It's bad enough being turned out of a race. It's certainly even worse when it happens by one of your fellow Audi drivers. And yes, the expressions on the faces of Messrs Audi and Ulrich say it all, don't they, there? Lots of damage to Ekstrom, who's going to have to make a pit stop. I would have thought to get that all taped down. He's going to be struggling to see where he's going. Remember, it's a left-hand drive car. The driver sits very low, and with that bodywork all scrunched up like that, he's really going to have a problem. Yes, you can see he's trying to cock his head to one side and see where he's going. But Heinz-Harald Frentzen, with no chance of being able to get a good result out of this race there, is in the pit lane, and Bruno Spengler is on target for win number 4. This would ensure that he's had more victories, twice as many wins in one season as anybody else in DTM 2006. If he can hang on in there to victory, And Spengler, I know I keep saying it, but he has been the man this year for me. Frentzen sadly ends another DTM race with a disappointing result. It's retirement for Frentzen and the Audi. We're heading here seemingly for a Mercedes 1-2. Bruno Spengler and Jamie Green, two of the young guns. Well, Bruno Spengler, I've gone on about being the star of the year for my money. I've got to say I'm a bit disappointed in Jamie Green. He's been there or thereabouts, but he really should have had a win at least.
He had that problem where he couldn't get it off the line quickly. And, of course, he's very experienced in DTM now, is Jamie Green. He's done a good job, but he can't say he's done a great job.
He chucked away effectively a win at Brands Hatch by just hooking a wheel onto the grass and the car being spat off the road. Well, the checkered flag is going to be at the ready this time. Bruno Spengler will win for the 4th time in DTM this year. He will make sure he's the runner-up to Bernd Schneider in the championship. And as I say, the crude maths suggest that Tom Christensen will be 3rd in the title race. We'll confirm the rest after the last few corners of the season. Here comes Bruno Spengler. At the start of the year, he was a relatively unknown ex-single-seater driver plucked into the very latest Mercedes car. By the end of the season, he's the man they're all talking about.
Absolutely correct, and here comes Bruno Spengler for a famous end to the season, and the flags wave, and it is Bruno Spengler. The thunder flashes go off, and lots of theatre here at Hockenheim.
So there are the results. Spengler from Jamie Green and Tom Christensen 3rd in the race and 3rd in the championship, and in that race, boy, did he have to work really hard.
It was a fantastic race. In a way, it split in two, and I was in the real one. Obviously, well done to Spengler, well done to Green, 1-2. But finishing 3rd, and in that race, this fantastic battle I was in, it was really great, not easy. I had contact with Jamie early in the race, and I felt that the front wheels were pointing a little bit inwards, and I had a very pointy car. I was very bad on the braking, and especially for the hairpin, I was not looking very good. But I pushed, and it was enough to stay in front of Bernd and the whole train, and finishing 3rd. So it's a very good one for Audi, obviously.
But here is the man of the moment, Bruno Spengler, climbing out of his car and talking to us.
Totally happy today. Today is a great day for me. My race, I'm really happy about my race, just my start, but anyway, I can forget the start because the race was good. My car was really, really good. My team did a great job the whole weekend, and also the pit stop strategy was great. Couldn't be better. My mechanics were really, really quick to change the tires. Totally happy today, and I'm going to have a big party tonight.
Okay, what's the best thing about being at Big Boys Toys?
Well, get to have fun, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like, talk to all the people around, and yeah. All the cars and all the girls, and yeah, that's pretty much.
Oh, meeting heaps of people. Love it, love it.
Just working with really fun and friendly people. Meeting people? Oh, good guys, good cars, yeah. Good nice people, lots of hot guys, yeah.
Yeah?
And the alcohol.
I was going to say.
You. The cars? No, hot guys. Probably the girls. I guess it's like quite exciting to meet people and meet new people and catch up with all your friends.
Well, this is Christian from Hexatech Racing. Now, Christian, how would you describe the simulator I'm about to get into?
Okay, the best way to describe it is actually getting into a car without actually getting into a car.
Okay, now, for me, if I've never driven a race car or anything like that, have you got any tips or anything I should know before I jump in there?
I would definitely say try to keep on the track and don't try to go too fast right away.
All right, cool. Let's give it a whirl. This is so freaky. Apart from being left-handed and not being able to change gear very well, this is like, the steering wheel feels like a rock, you know, like the days before you had power steering, sort of feels like, but it's just amazing. The toggle control for the gear changing and the way that the hydraulics give you the feel of the ground, it's unbelievable. And you're going hard on the brake and you still can't make the corner, just like that. See what I mean?
So you sit there thinking, oh, how hard can it be to drive a car on a simulator? Well, a lot harder than I thought, but this is how some of the professionals handle it on WRC Shakedown.
Now, obviously your summer break was more extended than everybody else's. Have you been frustrated? Have you been just waiting to get back in the car?
Yeah, I have a really busy summer and doing my own job in Jyväskylä, but last few weeks I'm waiting to come back.
Now, in Finland a few weeks ago, you very kindly gave me a lesson, and I know that you found it quite difficult to sit next to me.
Yeah, that is not so easy place for me.
Well, this is much safer. We found a very nice rallying simulator.
Yeah, that is true.
So, I know that you get to do the real thing, but have you ever been on one of these?
No, that's the first time I see it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks great.
Yeah. If this was a real rally car, and I was about to compete in a stage for the first time ever, what can you say to me?
Are you ready calling to home? You remember what I told you in Finland?
Hey, keep flat out.
I actually feel really sick, so I'm gonna.
It's moving a lot.
Yeah, because the rally cars are more stable, aren't they?
I'm really sick.
I'm the one who just did it. Now you've got to see if it feels like a real rally car.
Okay, I'm ready.
Nailed it. It's got the hang of it completely. Harry, have you ever thought about taking it up professionally? You clearly won. Oh. There's your podium cap.
Oh, nice to see podium cap.
Well, I'll tell you what, Warwick and Anna, I've been flicking through my catalogues at home going, I'm sure it's going to come out soon, I'm sure it's coming out soon. PS3.
Well, it's launching in the US and Japan in November, but unfortunately we have to wait till March in New Zealand, Australia and Europe.
Okay, now tell me key differences between a PS2 and a PS3?
Jeez, where do you start? Well, PlayStation 3 is probably about 12 times more powerful than PlayStation 2.
Oh,
12.
my.
If you take the sort of best desktop PC that's lying around in offices today, it's about 10 times more powerful than that, the processing power. So unbelievably powerful. I guess, you know, PS2 is sort of small, but I think, you know, it's a really sexy unit, PS3. And definitely hot looking. It's not unlike it. Very sexy unit.
Now, Ella, you've been playing on it all morning. What do you think of the PS3?
I like it. I love it. Some of the new games that are coming out are really cool. Photos down. It's a little hot machine. I love it how this is like wireless.
Oh, I know, it must
So
have
it's like you can like stand like way back there and still get out.
Yeah, so this uses a new motion sensing controller system, which is based on tilt. So if I tilt the controller to the left, the character of the car will move to the left. The right will go to the right, up or down in a flying game. So it's amazing new technology that's being used in games for the first time on PlayStation 3.
Well, of course, when it comes to Buzz, there's only one person I like looking at, and that's the beautiful, beautiful Rose. Now, Rose, I heard you've got a brand new game coming out.
We do. It's the Buzz Sports Quiz.
Now, tell me, you know, like, Buzz sometimes gets a little bit mean and cuts you off. Does that ever upset you?
Sometimes.
Okay, because if he ever gets too nasty, you can come work on our show. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right, sounds good. I'll tell you what, also, because we're here at BP Ultimate Big Boys Toys, we have got a very, very special prize to give away today. Check this out. To celebrate the release of Buzz Sports Trivia, you know what we thought we'd do here at BP Ultimate Sports Sunday? We'll give you the chance to win a copy of the game, but what good is a copy of the game without a console? So we're going to chuck one of those in as well. Just by answering a very simple question, Ian Thorpe became the youngest male world champion in swimming ever at the age of 16, 14, 17 or 15. Oh, that's one that's got me stumped. So just to reiterate, all you have to do, answer this simple question. Ian Thorpe became the youngest male world champion in a swim event at the age of A16, B14, C17 or D15. D for Dennis, D for Dennis, not that I'm giving away any hints. And you can pop your answer in an envelope and send it to us at BP Ultimate Sports Sunday PO Box 9059 in Newmarket, Auckland, or email us at bpultimate@skytv.co.nz. Can you believe it? That is it. BP Ultimate Big Boys Toys in a nutshell, so to speak. Tell me, ladies, what do you think? Best place to go and visit is?
Definitely ask them. Yeah. BP team. Ask them.
Yeah. How come it's you guys? Because it's you, isn't it?
Yeah. We're the sponsors.
Oh, you're true.
And you
We
can
are indeed. Now, are you tired after 3 days of intense hospitalities and smiling and looking beautiful?
No, it's been hard.
Yeah. They do, don't they? I know. I'm a lucky man. I told you, I love my job. Now, make sure you stick around. We've got France versus the All Blacks. And next week, major show, another big show. We've got the WRC Rally of New Zealand. So we'll see you there. Bye, everybody.
See ya.